So we have some good news and some bad news to talk about when it comes to SHIB, when it comes to crypto in general. And we're really trying to figure out when this big ball of crap that we're stuck in is finally going to end. And you guys should check out my ADA video from earlier today if you haven't yet. I do a very good job describing what we're exactly dealing with in the market right now. And although Shiba Inu is dealing with being drugged down by the market itself, it's actually doing quite well. And I want to talk about exactly what I mean here. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So looking at SHIB, guys, this is exactly why I had PTSD about this move here, because remember back here, SHIB was doing the same thing, 3 straight days of green, looking like it's going to break out. And then we had a couple days of drop. And I'm not saying this is that point again on February 1st, February 2nd, February 3rd, but nonetheless, we got a drop in the crypto market. And unfortunately, what's happening here is people are still just reacting to the tariffs. People are being fearful for no reason because we've had this news for a very long period of time. Again, check out my ADA video earlier today if you want to hear more about, more about that. But the good news is that Shiba Inu has stayed within trend. It's exactly where we want to be. A lot of assets have in fact fallen out of trend right now. While SHIB is currently down below support here, it's not the first time it's done this. And this is exactly where we want to be. I'm not saying I wanted a drop here, but we're exactly where we need to be. Now, unfortunately, what's happening is we are getting drugged down with the overall crypto market. So first of all, let's take a look at BTC first. BTC falling out of trend, like we talked about, and it's kind of in no man's land. It's approaching its 50-week moving average, not a great spot to be. So it's possible that if sentiment stays negative, we could see BTC try to drop a little bit further, which would obviously not be good for the market. Now, really where things have hit SHIB hard is with Ethereum. All right. So people like to dog SHIB and say, oh yeah, it's bad. It's not doing great, blah, 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 blah. And right now, when we look around the crypto market, nothing is doing good. All right. It's a sea of red. It's a big ball of crap anywhere you look. And unfortunately for Shiba Inu, Ethereum has just been so terrible. And yesterday was just another day of it continuing to be terrible, right? And actually overnight, a day of it continuing to be terrible. We are on the verge of Ethereum potentially falling below $2,000. And I don't think people understand what that means. When we look back, the last time that Ethereum was at as low of prices as we've hit over the last 12 hours or so since this daily candle started, it was all the way back in 2023. Lowest prices since 2023. That is the wildest thing ever. And I didn't think that we would ever even be having that conversation. And the problem is that SHIB really hasn't been able to make some of these extended moves to the upside because Ethereum has been so bad. Now, that being said, what you have to ask yourself is SHIB, at 2023 prices? No, it's not, right? Ever since we had that move in the early part of 2024, we haven't gone back down to these levels. That's a good sign. And then what that is again, the conviction of holders, the long-term mindset, the continued accumulation by whales, which did in fact continue yesterday, another 123 billion Shiba Inu added by whales. And what you're just seeing is, people flock to stables. You're seeing a lot of people freaking out. Now, another piece of good news is that although we're at the highest levels in USDT dominance we have seen since all the way back here before the election, which is crazy to me, what the good news is the market is actually 20% higher in terms of prices during that time. And I don't mean SHIB as an asset itself, right? What I'm talking about is the overall market cap of crypto is actually 20% higher than when USDT dominance was at these same levels, meaning that there is actually more capital in the market. We saw an infusion of about 20% in terms of capital across the space. And this is really big because what that means is when that capital starts hitting the market again, we're going to see new all-time highs basically across the board. Now, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice or anything like that. And what I want to point out as well is we're not doing anything different than cycles in the past, right? When we have these first explosive breakouts, we tend to come back down and retest the highs, all right? Take a look back here, last market cycle. We exploded, ran past here, trying to come back down and test the highs. We got in this box, didn't make it all the way there, right? But then when we look back at the cycle prior, all the way back in 2016, 2017, this was about $13 billion was the high of the prior cycle. What we're seeing here was a breakout extension, throw back down, retest, and then we went. what we're doing right now is we're just following that same trend. We're following this retest and we're getting ready and loaded up for this next extension across the market. And unfortunately, what we're dealing with is, some negative sentiment, some bearishness that is frankly too bearish for what we're dealing with. The tariffs, not that big of a deal right now. All right. Not that big of news. It's actually old news. What we are dealing with is a lot of good news, right? SEC backing off in a big way. Meme coins in general. I made a video about this last night, which you guys should check out too if you haven't. Meme coins, generally not generally not securities. So Shiba Inu, not a security. Not that that was a question, not that we had concerns or anything like that, but it's a big point of validation for the industry. And the SEC in that statement alone actually confirmed essentially that no asset in the crypto market is a security. Big deal, right? SEC backing out of cases left and right, meaning that we're going to probably have the conclusion of the Ripple v SEC case a lot sooner than what people think as well. Potential digital asset stockpiles, more ETFs coming, right? We're going to be getting into this point where the swing of mass adoption is underway. And right now we're just dealing with essentially just washing out the last of the weak hands. It sucks. Guys, the only regret I have right now is deploying capital when I did, because I did a bunch of accumulating right in here. And do I wish that I would have waited until these levels? Yup. Did I think that the market was going to react the way that it has, over the last week and a half? Nope. And I don't think anybody does, right? A lot of people say, oh yeah, we expected lows and stuff. And the problem is no, they didn't. The thing that actually took us here was, one of the largest, hack events, or actually the largest hack event in crypto history, right? We've gotten such a bad series of black swan events and negative events across the market that have pushed prices down, that unfortunately we're just stuck dealing with basically the nuclear fallout from it. All right. Hopefully that makes sense for people. There will be a time where we get past this. There will be a time where Ethereum recovers and starts to make some moves back to the upside. And I think that that's going to be a big part of when SHIB does actually make its move. In fact, when we look back at some of these last periods for Ethereum, when it's come down to these levels, this is about where we've started to make these extensions. Okay. Back here, when we hit this in January of 2024, eventually this led to the ETH move to the upside. Shiba Inu ran right here, planting its feet right here, higher low in August. Okay, then we started our extension to the upside. Right now, we're touching these same levels. The question is will ETH make this rebound and start to make its extension to the upside? And will we, in fact, escape this range that ETH is stuck in? That's even the bigger question here, because when that does happen, when ETH finally starts making that extension, that is when you're going to see the big ERC20 up only season. That is when we're going to see SHIB and many others make some all-time high extensions. All right. So I just want to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.